Hello everyone. So please do hurry and join the live class so that we can start the class. आप लोग जल्दी से लाइव क्लास में ज्वाइन हो जाइए so that we can start the class. Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you and welcome to the another live class of Eduins. And first of all, I have to apologize to all of you for being waiting because due to some internal meeting, we are delayed. Okay, so चलिए without further delay आज का class start करते हैं. चलिए. So today we will solve the your 10-year question papers outside Delhi 2023 set 1 and Delhi 2023. Okay. So what is the first question? The first question is write the percentage of solar energy captured by autotrophs and energy transferred from autotrophs to the next level in a food chain. So यहाँ पे क्या पूछा है आप लोगों को? यहाँ पे पूछा है कि जो व्हाट इज द परसेंटेज, वो परसेंटेज क्या है सोलर एनर्जी कैप्चर्ड बाय द ऑटोट्रॉप्स. ऑटोट्रॉप्स जो सोलर एनर्जी कैप्चर करता है उसका परसेंटेज क्या है पहला, और दूसरा पूछा है कि एनर्जी ट्रांसफर फ्रॉम द ऑटोट्रॉप्स टू द नेक्स्ट ट्रॉपिक लेवल, व्हाट इज द परसेंटेज. ऑटोट्रॉप से नेक्स्ट जो ट्रॉपिक लेवल होता है उसमें कितना परसेंटेज एनर्जी ट्रांसफर होता है. ओके, सो वी नो दैट द सोलर एनर्जी कैप्चर्ड बाय द ऑटोट्रॉप्स इज द 1%. ओके, सोलर एनर्जी कैप्चर्ड बाय द प्लांट्स और ऑटोट्रॉप्स इज 1%. 1% energy is captured by the autotrophs. Okay, and the next question, that is energy transfer from autotrophs to the next level of a food chain. That is, we know the Lindemann 10% law, where he has declared that the energy or the mass transfer from one tropic level to next tropic level, or the one tropic level to the another tropic level, which is the 10% only. So the law of Lindemann, that is 10% law, from the autotrophs to the next tropic level only 10% energy is transferred and the rest 90% is used for the different metabolic purposes of the plant or the organism. Okay, so this is the answer, that is the 10%. Now next question, that is what are tropic levels? Why do different food chains in an ecosystem not have more than 4 to 5 tropic levels? Give reason. तो पहला पूछा है कि ट्रॉपिक लेवल क्या होता है, ट्रॉपिक लेवल्स क्या है. ओके, एंड नेक्स्ट उसके बाद पूछा है why do different food chains in an ecosystem not have more than 4 to 5 tropic levels. एक इकोसिस्टम में 4 से 5 से ज्यादा ट्रॉपिक लेवल्स क्यों नहीं होता. ठीक है, क्यों नहीं होता. गिव द रीजन, उसका रीजन क्या है. ओके, सो आप में से कोई ट्राई करना चाहेगा ये. व्हाट आर ट्रॉपिक लेवल्स? Anyone from your side? Okay, चलिए. Tropic levels are the different or various steps of an ecological pyramid or the ecological food chain. How? Like this is an ecological pyramid. Here the producer, next the primary consumer, next the secondary consumer, and these are the decomposers. Okay, so in an ecological pyramid or in a food chain means what? That is the grass are eaten by the deer are predated by the tiger. Okay, so this is a food chain. So in a food chain or in an ecological pyramid, each steps, okay, or each organism belongs to this level is called trophic levels. That is the trophic level 1, this is trophic level 2, this is trophic level 3, and this is trophic level 4. And in case of the food chain, here also trophic level 1, trophic level 2, trophic level 3. So these are the trophic levels. So I hope this is clear. Saunara Bibi. Saunara, this is for the CBSE board class. Okay, so I think you are from the West Bengal board. তুমি নিশ্চয়ই ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গল বোর্ডের ক্লাসে তোমাকে দেখেছিলাম। সো এটা হচ্ছে আমাদের সিবিএসসির বোর্ড, সিবিএসসির ক্লাস 10 এর কোয়েশ্চেন পেপার সলিউশন হচ্ছে এখানে। সো তুমি যে 10 এর ক্লাস যখন হবে সেখানে মাস্ট জয়েন করতে পারো। ওকে ওকে, okay. The next question, that is, why do different food chains in an ecosystem not have more than 4 to 5 trophic levels? Give the reason. Okay, so to solve this question, first of all we have to remember the Lindemann 10% law. What is the Lindemann 10% law? That is the energy from one trophic level to the next trophic level passed only 10% of it. Okay, only 10% of it. So if in a trophic level, that is 4, B, C, D, there have 4 trophic levels, that is A, B, C, and D, and A have, that is the 10 kilocalorie energy. These energies passed to the next trophic level, to the B, will be the 1 kilocalorie. Okay, and these 1 kilocalorie passed to the next trophic level, which is 0.1 kilocalorie, and these 0.1 kilocalorie reach to the next trophic level, that is 0.01 kilocalorie. If there have another trophic level, that is number 5, which will be the E, the energy passed to the next trophic level will be 0.001 kilocalorie. So if in a food chain there have more than 4 to 5 individuals or 4 to 5 trophic levels, the energy will be transferred to the uppermost or the last one trophic level will be very less. Okay, will be very less, which cannot be utilized or which is not sufficient for the trophic level or the final or the tertiary or the ultimate consumer. So the energy amount of energy will be very lesser, so that in an ecosystem they are not have more than 4 to 5 trophic levels. Okay, so I hope you guys understand why why an ecosystem not have more than 4 to 5 trophic levels. Okay, so when the trophic levels will be lesser, the energy will be transferred to the or the energy consumption will be the higher or greater. If the trophic levels are greater, then the energy consumption to the organisms or to the trophic levels will be lesser, and the final or the ultimate trophic level will get the lesser amount of energy. Okay, so let's go for the next one. Give reason for the following. During reproduction, inheritance of different proteins will lead to alter body design. Number 2, fertilization cannot take place in flowers if pollination does not occur. So first question, that is, during reproduction, inheritance of different protein will lead alter the body design. We know the inheritance or inherited characters are carried by the gene, and the gene are located inside the DNA. The gene are located inside the DNA, and these DNA are responsible for the production of specific protein. How? The DNA encodes some regions, which is the active region, which is able to produce or encode some proteins. How? These genes encode some proteins when from the DNA produce RNA, that is specially the mRNA, and from the mRNA it will give rise the final product, that is protein. Okay, it will give rise the final product, that is protein, which is responsible for the different body characters. That is, suppose the melanin production. The melanin is also encoded by the proteins, also encoded by the DNA. Okay, the melanin production helps to recreate or create your body color, your hair color, your eyeball color, etc. So the melanin is a protein which is responsible for different characteristics of your body. And during reproduction, inheritance of different proteins will lead to alter the body designs. If you have inherited different kinds of protein, which will alter the body design. Okay, that is, you do not, or आपने कोई भी जो प्रोटीन का और मेलानिन प्रोडक्शन का जो जीन है आपने ऑल्टर कर दिया, आपके अंदर जो भी मेलानिन प्रोडक्शन का जो जीन है वो ऑल्टर हो गया, सो इसलिए आपका जो बॉडी डिजाइन है वो चेंज हो जाएगा. ठीक है, सो द बॉडी डिजाइन विल चेंज ड्यू टू द inheritance or alteration of the proteins. It will changes the body design. Okay, and the next one, that is, the fertilization cannot take place in flowers if pollination does not occur. We know what is pollination. Pollination is the process where the male gamete transfer to the female gamete. The pollen grains are transferred to the female reproductive system, that is the stigma. Okay, this is the female reproductive system. Okay, this is the female reproductive system, which is the stigma. This is the style, and this is ovary, and this is an male reproductive part. This is the male reproductive part, and this part is called filament, and this is called anther. And these anther contain the pollen grains. Which pollen grains are transferred from these anther contain pollen grains. And these pollen grains are transferred from the anther to the stigma. Okay. Stigma. This process is known as pollination. And what is fertilization? Fertilization is the process. Fertilization is the process of fusion of male and female gamete, to form zygote, a zygote. Okay, so for the fusion of the male and female gamete, we have to transfer, or first of all we have to transfer the pollen grains from the anther to the stigma. If the pollination process does not occur, the fertilization will not take place. Okay, why? Because the fertilization is the process of fusion of male and female gamete, but for this fusion the male gamete have to reach to the female gamete, and this process will only be done with the process of pollination. Okay, okay. चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या है? give reason for the following. Okay, all multicellular organisms cannot give rise to new individuals through fragmentation and regeneration. All multicellular organisms cannot give rise to new individuals through the fragmentation and regeneration. We know these two processes are asexual reproduction. These two processes are asexual reproduction. For the fragmentation, we know fragmentation occurs in case of Spirogyra. Okay, Spirogyra. And what happens in Spirogyra? If these body parts are fragmented or cut down, that these two parts can give rise a new Spirogyra. A new individual. New individual. This is also give rise a new individual. Okay. Although the multicellular organisms cannot give rise a new individuals through fragmentation and regeneration. This is occurs in case of Spirogyra, and the regeneration will take place in case of, we know, Planaria. Planaria. What happened to Planaria? If cut down into several pieces, it will give rise, each pieces of these give rise a new individual. Okay, a new individual. So this is occurs in specific organisms, but all multicellular organisms cannot participate or cannot give rise a new individuals through the process of fragmentation and regeneration. Like human, if I cut down my hand, okay, so after cutting this hand from this site, the new hand will not arise. Why? Because they have some specific tissues. Okay, they have some specific regenerative tissues which helps to recreate or regrown into a new individual. Okay, so all multicellular organisms does not contain, or all multicellular organisms do not contain this specified tissue, so that they cannot give rise a new individual through the process of fragmentation or regeneration. Okay, next question. Vegetative propagation is practiced for grown only some type of plants. Vegetative propagation is practiced for growing only some type of plants. So what is the reason? What is the reason? Anyone from you? Hi Radhasham, how are you? चलिए देखते हैं। पूछा है यहाँ पे कि वेजिटेटिव प्रोपागेशन जो है वो कुछ सिलेक्टिव प्रोसेस में और सिलेक्टिव पर्पस में हम लोग यूज करते हैं। वो क्यों? वेजिटेटिव प्रोपागेशन इज प्रैक्टिस फॉर ग्रोइंग ओनली सम टाइप्स ऑफ प्लांट्स। जो रीजन है इसका पहला वाला कि वेजिटेटिव प्रोपागेशन के थ्रू जो इंडिविजुअल्स प्रस्तुत होता है उनका एडाप्टिबिलिटी लेसर होता है, लेस एडाप्टिबिलिटी। Why? Because they are exact look like their mother or look like as their parent plant. Okay, so they are less adaptable. Okay, so they are less adaptable due to they have the same genetic makeup. They have some same genetic makeup as their parent, so that they are less adaptable in changing environment. So no genetic variation, no genetic variation. First. Second one, they are disease prone. They are disease prone. If they have some disease in case of parent plant, these disease carry forwarded to the offsprings or the daughter plant. So this process can be applied or can be practiced for the some types of plants only. Okay, the next one, the parents and offsprings of organisms reproducing sexually have the same number of chromosomes. Give the reason. Okay, blue eye, hi, you are from Shantipur, Nodia. Okay, blue eye. Okay, you are the new student. Okay, so please do subscribe our YouTube channel Eduins, and if you like the live classes, then share to your friends and also like the live class. Okay, blue eye, if you mention your name, what is your name, it will be helpful for me. चलिए, यहाँ पे पूछा है कि जो पेरेंट्स और ऑफस्प्रिंग्स ऑर्गेनिजम्स सेक्सुअली रिप्रोड्यूस करते हैं उनका क्रोमोसोम नंबर सेम होता है। ठीक है, वो क्यों? वी नो दैट सेक्सुअली रिप्रोड्यूसिंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स contain equal number of chromosomes, though the zygote or the new organism or the new individual formed by the fusion of two cells, two gametic cells, one from the father and one from the mother. So we know that sexually reproducing organisms have a special type of cell division which is known as meiosis. Meiosis, and this is occurs only in reproductive cells. This is occurs only in reproductive cells. Cells only. So what does happens in meiosis? The meiosis is known as the reductional division. Division. What is reductional division? The chromosome number get halved. If this is the chromosome number 2n, it will give rise in and n in meiosis 1, and in meiosis 2 that is the equal division which is in and n. So this is meiosis 1 and this is meiosis 2. Okay, so the meiosis 1 is known as the reductional division, where the chromosome number was 2n. In case of our body cells, the chromosome number is 2n, but in case of reproductive cells, the chromosome number are half. That's why they are called haploid. Haploid. Okay, so the chromosome number being halved. So the chromosome number being halved, and when 2n, n plus n are fused together form the 2n. In case of gamete, the chromosome number are half. In case of gamete mean, in case of father, there are sperm which contain the n, and in case of mother, that is ovum, which also contain the n, the half number of chromosome. To half number of chromosome containing cell fuse together and form the zygote or the cell which is contain 2n chromosome number. That's why the parents and offsprings of organisms reproducing sexually have the same number of chromosome. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Radhesham and Blue Eye. Radhesham and Blue Eye, I think this is clear to you. So jump for the next question. Okay, next question. All human chromosomes are not paired. Okay, most human chromosomes have a maternal and a paternal copy, and we have 22 such pairs. Okay, but one pair called the sex chromosome. One pair are called the sex chromosome. Okay, is odd in not always being a perfect pair. Women have a perfect pair of sex chromosome. Okay, women have a perfect pair of sex chromosome, but men have a mismatched pair in which one is normal size while the other is short one. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, पूछा गया है क्वेश्चन में, इन ह्यूमन हाउ मेनी क्रोमोसोम्स आर प्रेजेंट इन अ जाइगोट एंड इन ईच गैमेट. ह्यूमन के लिए एक जाइगोट में कितना क्रोमोसोम नंबर क्या है और गैमेट में क्रोमोसोम नंबर क्या है. So could you identify? Could you want to solve the question? This is very easy. From the previous one, that is, I have already told you that gametes are haploid containing half number of chromosome. So यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है कि जो most human chromosomes have a maternal and paternal copy, and we have 22 such pairs. Okay, but one pair called sex chromosome. That is the 22 pairs. That is 22 pairs. Okay, hold a second. That is the 22 pairs first, and second one pair called the sex chromosome. That is 22 pairs and one pair. Total 23 pairs. Okay. So first, how many chromosomes are present in a zygote? The zygote is the fusion, the cell which is formed by the fusion of male and female gamete. So these 23 pairs mean the 46. It means the 46. And in case of our body cells, our chromosome number, that is 44, and one sex chromosome, that is one pair or two. Okay, so in case of human, the chromosome are present in the zygote. Zygote is formed by the male and female gamete. Okay, male and female gamete, and each gamete contain how many numbers of chromosome? That is gamete. If the total number of chromosome is 23 pairs or 46, that is 2n equals to 46 and n equals to 23. So in case of gamete, the chromosome number we know, that is n. So the chromosome number is 23. No pairs, only 23. But in case of male, in case of your zygote, in case of zygote, there have the fusion of male and female gamete, that is 23 plus 23 equals to 46, that is 23 pairs. Okay, I hope this is clear. So in case of zygote, the chromosome number is 23 pairs or 46, and in case of gamete, each gamete contain the 23 chromosomes. 23 chromosomes. Clear? Okay. चलो नेक्स्ट क्या है? A few reptiles rely entirely on environmental cues for sex determination. Comment. A few reptiles rely entirely on environmental cues for sex determination. Comment. So the few reptiles like your crocodile or some lizards, the environmental cues, that is the temperature, which actually determine their sex of the offsprings. How? If the temperature is high, there will be a gender. If the temperature is low, there will be another gender. Okay, if the temperature is high, there will be a different gender. In some animals also, like your snail, the individual can change their sex under different stress and environmental condition. Okay, so in case of reptiles, that is the lizard, in case of lizard, the male and female individuals or male and female organisms are determined by the environmental cue, especially the temperature. Okay, chalo. Okay, the sex of a child is a matter of chance, and none of the parents are considered to be responsible for it. Justify it through a flow chart only. Okay, कि यहाँ पे पूछा है जो एक बच्चा का जो जेंडर होता है उसके लिए दोनों पेरेंट में से कोई भी रिस्पॉन्सिबल नहीं है, ये जस्टिफाई करना है. Is it justified? No, this is not justified. We know the males are heterogametic and females are homogametic. That is, the female this is female, this is female, and this is male. Okay, so the female will produce same type of gamete. That's why they are homogametic. But in case of male, they produce different kind of gamete. One is X and one is Y. And जो क्वेश्चन का स्टेटमेंट था कि एक बड़ा वाला क्रोमोसोम होता है और एक छोटा, तो X जो होता है X क्रोमोसोम बड़ा वाला और Y जो क्रोमोसोम है वो छोटा होता है. So through the Punnett square or checkerboard, this is male and there is female. So XY, XX. Okay, so XX, XY and XX, XY. So यहाँ पे देखो कि फादर का जो Y क्रोमोसोम होता है वो मेनली रिस्पॉन्सिबल होता है किसके लिए, जो बच्चा जो होता है उसका जो जेंडर होगा उसके लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल है. सो द Y क्रोमोसोम, व्हेन द Y क्रोमोसोम paired with the X chromosome of the mother, because mother produced both the X chromosome. Okay, so the Y chromosome of the father fuses with any X chromosome of the mother, it will be give rise the son. And when the X chromosome of the father fuses with any X chromosome of the mother, it will give rise the female or the daughter. So in case of sex determination, in case of human, there will be the responsible parent is the father. So father is responsible for the sex determination of the child. Okay, okay, next one, reframe the question. Okay, reframe the question. There is a probability of 50% in each gender. However, in human, male are responsible for determining the sex of the child, as male has two different sex chromosomes, X and Y, whereas female has two copies of X chromosome. ओके, ये क्वेश्चन को आपको रिफ्रेम करना है. ओके, तो क्वेश्चन फिर से पढ़ लेते हैं. देयर इज अ प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ, there is a probability of 50% of each gender. However, in human, male is responsible for determining the sex of the child, as male has two different sex chromosomes, X and Y, whereas female has two copies of Y chromosome. Reframe क्या करना है यहाँ पे, जो मेल के थ्रू लिखा है ना यहाँ पे कि मेल जो है वो ह्यूमन में सेक्स डिटर्मिनेशन, जो बच्चा होता है उसका सेक्स डिटर्मिनेशन में रिस्पॉन्सिबल होता है जो पिता होता है, और जो मेल होता है वो रिस्पॉन्सिबल होता है। यहाँ पे रिफ्रेम करना है आपको जो फीमेल के रिस्पेक्ट में, ठीक है, ठीक है। सो यहाँ पे आप लिख सकते हैं, आप लोग लिख सकते हैं कि द फीमेल आर होमोमॉर्फिक और होमोगैमेटिक। सो होमोगैमेटिक मीन दे हैव सेम टाइप ऑफ chromosome, they have two same type of chromosome, that is X and X, and during they have same type of sex chromosome, that is the X and X. In case of meiosis, जो gamete production के पहले होता है, तो in case of in the time of meiosis, when the gametes are produced, both gametes are contain same type of chromosome, that is X, so that the females are not responsible for the sex determination in case of human, because the Y chromosome actually determine the sex of the parent of the offspring. Okay, so the Y chromosome, that is that fuses with one X chromosome will be the male, and the X chromosome of the father will fuses with the X chromosome of any one of X chromosome of the mother will give rise the daughter, so that the mother is not responsible, or the females are not responsible in the sex determination of the human. Okay, चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या है, ऑब्जर्व द फॉलोइंग डायग्राम एंड आइडेंटिफाई द प्रोसेस एंड इट्स सिग्निफिकेंस फ्रॉम द फॉलोइंग ऑप्शन. ओके, सो व्हाट इज द प्रोसेस? ओके, द वाटर गोइंग थ्रू द स्टेम, और वाटर इज गोइंग थ्रू द bark region, and through the leaf the water vapor are released. Okay, so this process actually known as the release of water vapor from the leaf is actually known for the transpiration. That is the second option, there have the transpiration. What is the significance? Creates the suction force which pull the water inside the plant. Of course, the transpiration, in case of tall plants, this is very important. In case of short plants, we know that in case of grasses, the root pressure is enough to reach the water to the top part of the plant. But in case of tall plants or higher plants, there the root pressure is not enough to reach the water, to reach the absorbed water by the roots to the topmost part of the plant, so that the water vapor, the excess water is released from the leaves, and there will be create a vacuum, which vacuum actually responsible to create the transpiration pool or the suction force, which is known as transpiration pool. And this suction force actually help the absorbed water to get reach into the topmost part of the plant. So the option B is the correct answer. Option B is the correct answer. Okay, next, opening and closing of stomata due to high pressure of gases inside the cell, movement of water in and out of the guard cell, stimulus of light in the guard cell, and diffusion of carbon dioxide in and out of the guard cells. सो पूछा है कि स्टोमाटा की खुलना या बंद होना किसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है? स्टोमाटा opening and closing. What is the reason of closing and opening of stomata? High pressure of gaseous inside the cell. Second option, movement of water in and out of the gut cell. Stimulus of the light in the guard cells. And option D, that is diffusion of the carbon dioxide in and out of the guard cell. So we know what is stomata. This is a mesophyll cell and this opening is known as stomata, where the gaseous exchange takes place. That is carbon dioxide in and oxygen out in case of respiration. In the time of respiration, the carbon dioxide is released and oxygen is taken. And there have two guard cells. Okay, these are also contain chlorophyll. So the opening and closing of stomata actually responsible for the movement of water inside in and out of the guard cells. When the guard cell absorb water, they become turgid. Okay, they become turgid. So this turgid condition or this turgidity open the stomata. Okay, this turgidity condition or this turgid gut cells actually responsible for opening the stomata. But when the gut cells release the water, it will look like this. They become flaccid. This condition is known as flaccidity. They become flaccid and this condition is known as flaccidity. And this condition, in flaccid condition of the guard cells, the stomata being closed. So the correct answer is movement of water in and out of the guard cell. When the water in stomata open, when the water out, stomata closed. Okay, stomata get closed. Okay, chalo next one. A cross between pea plant with white flower and pea plant with violet flower, okay, resulted F2 progeny in which ratio of violet flower and white flower? Okay, चलो तो यहां पे जो दिया है कि एक सफेद फूल वाला पी प्लांट के साथ एक आपका वायलेट और वायलेट फूल वाला पी प्लांट के साथ क्रॉस करना है, ठीक है। सो इसके लिए यहाँ पे डोमिनेंट कैरेक्टर कौन सा है, कैसे हम लोग जान सकते हैं कौन सा डोमिनेंट है? जो भी कैपिटल लेटर में लिखा होता है वो वाला कैरेक्टर होता है डोमिनेंट। यहाँ पे जो वायलेट वो कैपिटल लेटर में लिखा है, तो चलो capital V and small v, okay, cross between them. that is P1 generation, the gamete will produce capital V, capital V. Here the gametes are produced small v, small v. These are gametes. Okay. So by the fusion of all the individuals in F1 generation, that is F1 generation, will be capital V, small v, that are purple. Why? Because capital V is the dominant character, so it will shows its character in case of heterozygous condition. Now the cross between capital V small v with capital V small v, that is P2 generation. Okay, so gametes capital V small v, here is also capital V small v. So through the checkerboard, कैपिटल V स्मॉल v, कैपिटल V स्मॉल v, यहाँ पे कैपिटल V, यहाँ पे कैपिटल V स्मॉल v, यहाँ पे V कैपिटल V स्मॉल v, यहाँ पे स्मॉल v स्मॉल v. So the capital V, that is purple. Here is also purple. This is also purple, but this is white. So in F2 generation, this is F2 generation. In F2 generation, the ratio between violet and white. So violet, that is violet, right? This is violet, this is also violet, this is also violet, this is white. Okay, so 1, 2 and 3, and white is 1, that is 3:1. So the option C is the correct answer, that is 3:1. Okay. Chalo. The next question, that is in plants, the role of cytokinin. Plants में cytokinin का function क्या है? Promote cell division, wilting of leaves, promote the opening of stomatal pore, help in the growth of stem. Plants में cytokinin का function क्या है? क्या फंक्शन है साइटोकाइनिन का? एनीवन? So we know that plant hormones, the three hormones, that is auxin, cytokinin and gibberellin, are known for the growth hormone. They promote the elongation of stem or elongation of root, elongation of or promote the cell division. Okay, so the cytokinin is actually help to promote the cell division. Okay, though this is a growth hormone, that is promote the cell division. Okay, okay, chalo next क्या है? The number of chromosomes in parents and offsprings in a particular species undergoing sexual reproduction remain constant due to, already we have discussed in this class, the prior in the meantime of this class, that is sure 2 or 4 question. Number 2 or number 4 question, we have already discussed that why the sexual reproducing organisms have the same number of chromosomes. The double, okay, option क्या दिया हुआ है? Doubling of chromosome after zygote formation, halving of chromosome number after zygote formation, doubling of chromosome before gamete formation, halving of chromosomes during gamete formation. So very easy this is. What will be the answer? Anyone? Anyone? Okay. So पहला वाला जो ऑप्शन है, डबलिंग ऑफ क्रोमोसोम आफ्टर जाइगोट फॉर्मेशन, क्रोमोसोम जाइगोट फॉर्मेशन के बाद क्रोमोसोम नंबर डबल हो जाता है, ये वाला रॉन्ग नहीं है ये. हाफिंग ऑफ क्रोमोसोम नंबर आफ्टर जाइगोट फॉर्मेशन, दिस इज ऑल्सो रॉन्ग. डबलिंग ऑफ क्रोमोसोम्स बिफोर गैमेट फॉर्मेशन, ओके, दिस इज ऑल्सो रॉन्ग. Halving of chromosome during gamete formation, of course this is right, because in case of reproductive cells we know reproductive cells there have half or haploid number of chromosome, haploid number of chromosome, that is n. In case of normal body cells, they have chromosome number that is 2n. So what happens to the reproductive cells? In reproductive cells, they have special type of cell division, that is meiosis. That is meiosis. So in meiosis, the chromosome number actually get halved. If this is a body cell, in case of meiosis 1, the chromosome number get halved. But in case of meiosis 2, this is actually the equal division. Okay, this is meiosis 2. So this meiosis 1 is known as reductional division. Okay, this is actually known for the reductional division, and in case of meiosis 2, this is actually the equal division. Meiosis 2 is actually the equal division. Okay, so that's why the half of chromosome number get halved. Okay, chromosome number आधा हो जाता है जब गैमेट फॉर्मेशन होता है, उस टाइम पर क्रोमोसोम नंबर जो है वो आधा हो जाता है. जो बॉडी सेल्स का क्रोमोसोम नंबर 2n है, तो meiosis के थ्रू द क्रोमोसोम नंबर गेट हाफ एंड गेट टू n. So that's why the chromosome number in case of parents and offsprings in a particular species undergoing sexual reproduction remain constant. Okay, hope you understand. समझ में आया आप लोग सब लोगों को? चलिए, so this is for the announcement, that is we have already started the admission for the West Bengal board for the class 10. Okay, so आप लोगों का जो भी जान पहचान वाला दोस्त है उन लोगों को इन्फॉर्म कर दीजिए कि एडुइंस में जो भी माध्यमिक 2024-27 that is board exam of West Bengal board, का जो एडमिशन है वो चालू हो गया है, और उसके लिए आप लोग कॉल कर सकते हैं। हमारा जो कांटेक्ट नंबर है 9073335777 इसमें। ओके ओके, हाय पिंटू। चलो पिंटू, you are already late because we have already reached the end of the class. ओके, विजय शाहानी सर, क्रोमोसोम को हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं? क्रोमोसोम को क्रोमोसोम ही बोलना चाहिए। क्रोमोसोम का कोई भी हिंदी या बंगाली या फिर अदर्स लैंग्वेज में कोई भी नहीं है। ओके ओके पिंटू, आई एम फ्रॉम कोलकाता। आई एम फ्रॉम कोलकाता। वेयर आर यू फ्रॉम? Vijay and Pintu, where are you from? Okay, Pintu, you are new student. So, Pintu, this is an announcement for you, Vijay and Pintu. That is, we have already started the live classes for the class 10 CBSE board from the 1st January 2027. Every day from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. you will get a live class for the CBSE student class 10, and for this time we are solving the 10 years test paper or 10-year question solution for you for preparation of your board exam. Okay okay Pintu, for that you may subscribe our YouTube channel Eduins and press the bell icon for the that you could not miss any kind of notification for the live classes, and you may join our YouTube our Telegram channel, which is pinned on our description box as well as comment box. So okay, every day from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. You will get the live classes every day from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. and जो भी हम लोग पढ़ाते हैं वो उसका रिकॉर्डेड वर्जन, वो लाइव क्लास का रिकॉर्डेड वर्जन आप लोगों को प्लेलिस्ट में मिल जाएगा. सो you may check out the playlist of the CBSE class 10, and if you missed the live class, yes, all subjects, no, we are doing the your science and mathematics Bengali. Okay, science, mathematics and Bengali, and English also, of course. Science, mathematics and Bengali and English. Pintu, you may join our Telegram channel, which is pinned on our chat box. Okay, we'll get the notification, you will get the updates of all classes. विजय, क्रोमोसोम कैसे डिवीजन होता है? क्रोमोसोम डिवीजन होता है सेल डिवीजन के थ्रू. विजय, जो सेल डिवीजन के टाइम पे हम लोग पढ़ते हैं, सेल डिवीजन का 2 फेजेस होता है मेनली, दैट इज द karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Karyokinesis mean the division of nucleus. Karyo mean nucleus, that is karyon, derived from the karyon. The word karyo is derived, that is the karyon mean the nucleus, so nucleus division and the cytoplasm division. So in the time of karyokinesis, the nucleus is divided, that means the chromosomes are get divided. So by the cell division, by the mean time of cell division, that is chromosome are divided. Okay, this is there have so many phases in case of your karyokinesis, that is prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. That is the process, that are the phases. Okay, ओके हिंदी में क्रोमोसोम जब डिवाइड होता है, क्रोमोसोम डिवीजन होता है सेल डिवीजन के टाइम. तो सेल डिवीजन क्या होता है? सेल डिवीजन का 2 फेज होता है, एक है कैरियोकाइनेसिस, एक है साइटोकाइनेसिस. कैरियो मीन द न्यूक्लियस. न्यूक्लियस का जब डिवीजन होता है. ओके, सो इफ आई गो फॉर दिस, that is the cell. If this is a cell and this is the nucleus, so in the time we know in case of cell division के टाइम क्या होता है, एक सेल दोनों सेल में डिवाइड हो जाता है. ओके, सो एक सेल दोनों सेल में डिवाइड हो जाता है, ये इतना भी आसान नहीं है. ठीक है, सो देयर हैव टू फेजेस, दैट इज कैरियोकाइनेसिस and cytokinesis. Okay, karyokinesis, karyo mean the nucleus and cyto mean the cytoplasm. Okay, so in case of nucleus division there have, वहां पे जो आपका न्यूक्लियस होता है, न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन जो है वो वैनिश हो जाता है. न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन गेट वैनिश एंड क्रोमोसोम्स आर गेट नेकेड. ओके, साइटोप्लाज्म में क्रोमोसोम तैरता है. ओके, एंड उसके बाद यहाँ पे एक इन केस ऑफ योर एनिमल सेल, वहां पे जो एक सेल ऑर्गेनेल होता है उसका नाम है योर centriole. These centriole form the spindle fiber, which spindle fiber get attached with the chromosome, and where the centromere region, the special protein present, एक खास प्रोटीन होता है सेंट्रोमियर में जो है काइनेटोकोर. आप लोगों ने पढ़ा है, जो क्रोमोसोम का स्ट्रक्चर जब पढ़ा है वहां पे काइनेटोकोर क्या है आप लोगों को पता है. तो वो काइनेटोकोर में जो स्पिंडल फाइबर होता है वो गेट अटैच्ड, एंड आफ्टर दैट वो स्पिंडल फाइबर खींचता है दोनों तरफ, ये क्रोमोसोम को दोनों तरफ खींचता है. उसके लिए जो सिस्टर क्रोमैटिड्स हैं वो गेट डिवाइडेड, वो एक दूसरे से अलग हो जाता है. अलग होके जो आपका जो पोलर रीजन होता है सेल का, उनकी तरफ चल जाता है. ठीक है, उनकी तरफ चल जाता है. उसके बाद जो आपका जो क्रोमोसोम्स होता है वो गेट accumulate in the polar region and the nuclear membrane reappeared. Nuclear membrane reappeared. Okay, nuclear membrane reappear होने के बाद जो कैरियोकाइनेसिस प्रोसेस होता है वो खत्म हो जाता है, और उसके बाद जो साइटोकाइनेसिस होता है वो क्या है, साइटोप्लाज्म का डिवीजन. वो साइटोप्लाज्म डिवीजन होता है in case of your animal cells through the cleavage or furrow formation, and in case of your plant cell वो होता है cell plate formation. Okay, so that's how the chromosome get divided. Okay, so hope you understand. Okay, and that's now for the today's class. And every day from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. you will get free live classes, especially for the CBSE class 10. So you guys please do join, and if you get the updates you may join our Telegram channel, which is pinned on our comment section, as well as we have mentioned it in the description box. Okay, so thank you for the today for joining us, and thank you so much. Bye.